CW 39 Houston.
All right, morning, everyone. It is 8 o'clock on a Thursday, and I've got Kerrigan here. I've got Adam here. We're holding down the fort for you on this Thursday. So, have you enjoyed this week of people being off, being able to travel a little bit more without too many problems on the road, running errands, or have you just been napping the whole time, guys?
Nope, I've been a part of the chaos and running errands. I was a part of it.
I've been lazy. I've been at home a lot the last few days, but that's what I like sometimes during the holidays.
It's just
I'm
such
right there
a
with you.
weird time.
It is.
Between Christmas and New Year, it's like, what do you do with this week? It just kind of exists. You're trying to navigate through life.
It's like, if you want to do it, if you don't,
Christmas on the Monday has made it just, it's a weird navigating this week. It's like an extra layer of, like, the timing of everything is off.
Very much so. And we have to admit, Adam, seriously, though, we've been off for 3 days.
Yeah, I know.
We're back for Thursday and Friday. Kerrigan's been back since Tuesday, so she's been holding down the fort a lot longer than us. So, I mean, we couldn't complain, even though we are complaining a little bit.
Structure.
I love it. Well, we got to turn to traffic to see if there's any complaints that we got to talk about with that.
No complaints on my end. You're taking a view of North Sam Houston Beltway 8 at Gessner right now, and things are moving just fine in this part of town. Still no reports of any freeway accidents to bring to your attention. That sun's shining bright out there. My biggest piece of advice for folks leaving the house is grab the sunglasses. I hate whenever I'm driving into the sun and can't see the car.
Oh, very much so. And also grab a jacket or sweater because it's a little bit chilly out there, Adam.
It is for sure. We've got some temps not down to freezing, but in the 30s in some spots right now. And the next couple of nights will actually be colder than last night, so prep for that. And by prep, I mean not like you need to wrap pipes or anything like that, but just get the right mindset that we got some colder nights ahead. 40s right now in many spots. We're going into the 50s this afternoon with sunshine. Those 50s will be about 10 degrees cooler than yesterday because of a front that recently passed through. So again, we've got a few cool days and cold nights coming up. There is likely going to be a light freeze for some of us, not all of us though. We're talking about some of the outskirts or the suburbs or rural areas. Light freeze possible the next few nights. And then the next thing we're watching is possible rain on New Year's Eve night. We'll get to those details in the forecast in a few minutes.
The Port Freeway at Center. We have a nice view from this Houston TransStar camera. Still no accidents to bring to your attention on our main lanes. 225 La Porte at Scarborough is where we're taking our camera view now. Things are looking nice and green out there. And one more. Let's go out to 146 and another nice view on the roadways this morning. Coming up, we will be going over those drive times. Stay tuned.
All right, thank you so much, Kerrigan. Well, for more than 3 hours Wednesday, a standoff with a driver of a big rig shut down all lanes of the East Freeway. In fact, Harris County deputies used a variety of tactics to try to end this peacefully. They even used tear gas and at one point had to pull the truck apart piece by piece using a tool called a rook. This all happened while the driver sat in the cab, hands on the wheel, his foot on the pedal, revving up the engine. Eventually, deputies sent in one of their canine officers. That's right, one of their police dogs to get him out. Now that person was eventually taken to the hospital for further evaluation. And we have an update on a story we're following as well, and this has some disturbing details, so we want to warn you about this one. It involves a Friendswood teenager. He's been charged with murder. 17-year-old Connor Hilton accused of shooting and killing an 18-year-old Ethan Riley and shooting a 19-year-old, putting him in the hospital in critical condition. Records show that a friend was in hiding in a bathroom when they called 911 saying he heard the gunshots and that Hilton walked by the bathroom crying, saying, quote, "What have I done?" end quote. Meanwhile, there was an apartment fire and the details are in right now. 30-year-old Armando Perez is in jail on a $75,000 bond. He's accused of setting his own father's apartment on fire. It happened Christmas night at the Fairmont Apartments on Hillcroft. His father, who happens to be disabled, was trapped inside the apartment until firefighters arrived. And other families with adjacent apartments are now homeless. Well, one person was arrested for stealing an ambulance. That's right. It happened just before 1 a.m. this morning in South Houston. Harris County Sheriff's Office says that they received a call about an EMS truck being stolen in the 1300 block of Herman Drive this morning. Deputies made a traffic stop and, yes, they arrested the driver for theft. Now to this, an argument between two brothers over a car battery resulted in one of them being shot with a crossbow. Now, according to the Harris County Sheriff's Office, it happened in Crosby last night just before 9. Deputies say the two had words over a car, which escalated into a physical fight. We're told one of the brothers feared he was going to be attacked, so he grabbed a crossbow and shot his own brother. The other siblings were life-flighted to the hospital in critical condition. The alleged shooter stayed at the scene and was eventually taken into custody. And another shooting, this time in North Houston. Houston police say they're searching for a man who they believe shot two of his co-workers off Lee Road last night. It happened around 9 p.m. Now, according to police, 3 male employees were working at a North Houston body shop when one of the men got upset with his 2 co-workers and pulled out a handgun and shot them. One was struck in the neck and the chest. The other shot in the chest, both expected to survive. The suspect is being described as a Hispanic male, and police say he ran away from the area. If you have seen him, contact police. Now let's completely switch gears. Let's talk about Texans Nation, everyone. Now, one former Texan, we're talking about the one, the only wide receiver, Andre Johnson himself, has been named as a finalist for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. This is his 3rd consecutive year as a Hall of Famer contender. And now Johnson's 12 seasons with the Texans were memorable. He became the all-time leader in nearly every single category, including, get this, career receptions, receiving yards, receiving touchdowns, and 100-yard games. Johnson is one of these 15 finalists, and the committee will reveal their ultimate 2024 class of NFL honors during the week leading up to the Super Bowl, taking place in Las Vegas. Go, Andre Johnson, go. Keeping my fingers crossed for you. And a reminder, you can watch more college football. The Arizona Bowl this Saturday right here on CW39 Houston. Tune in at 3 p.m. Saturday to watch the face-off between the Wyoming Cowboys and the Toledo Rockets. Now another bowl game to talk about that happened right in our own backyard. Texas A&M University and Oklahoma State taking the trip to NRG Stadium last night, looking to conquer the Texas Bowl. Third-string quarterback Jalen Henderson with his 3rd straight start on a first play. He actually rolled out looking for Jaden Walker, and he found him, but actually got hit low in the air and comes down hard on his arm. It hurt. So much so, in fact, he had to be put into an air cast and ruled out for the remainder of the game. Now, Oklahoma State didn't hold back. They were about 10-3 at one point, and at halftime, they were up 24-6. But in the 3rd, the Aggies offense came alive, but it was a little too late. The Cowboys answered right back, and even with that valiant effort, our Aggies came up short. 31-23. Well, gotta do it next year, Aggies. Still proud of you. Yes, they are my alma mater. I'm just saying. Still proud of them. All right, let's switch gears. Let's talk about a little weather, and it's still a little chilly out there, Mr. Adam.
Yeah, chilly. A little
Yes.
I like that. Tomorrow morning will actually be even colder than what we see right now. But yes, it's cold. We've got 30s. No one at freezing, though, in this particular view, but not far from it in Missouri City at 34, Dayton at 35, just to name some of the coldest spots. Now, in Conroe, we saw a light freeze earlier at 32. They're up to 33 right now. Down to the coast, it's a little milder. Galveston is just barely under 50 degrees. Now, yesterday we had the sun. We had temps in the 60s. Today we have the sunshine, but it will be cooler. There's a front that passed through, and highs today will only be in the 50s, and then tonight will be colder. And this is when we're looking at the possibility of a light freeze. Maybe not for most of the city of Houston, but you get a little further outside the loop towards the Beltway or beyond into the Grand Parkway and kind of the outskirts or the suburbs. There could be a light freeze in some spots, as we see a lot of low 30s a little farther away from the center of town. So that's not, you know, a situation where you need to really wrap up your pipes or anything like that, but some very sensitive plants where we get a light freeze may be affected a little bit. Wouldn't be a bad idea to take care of those. We've got this low spinning right here in the Midwest, and coming around the back end of that is some cooler air. So we're feeling that today, and we'll feel it again tomorrow. Now, as that low peels away the next few days, by the weekend, then we're actually going to warm up ahead of our next front that comes in. And it looks like the timing on that happens to bring it through right around New Year's Eve night, and whenever it gets here, it's possible we see some rain. Now, this far out, it's hard to be real specific. Does it come in around midnight when we're celebrating, or a little bit later into Monday morning? That I can't pinpoint right now, but it's just that general time frame, Sunday night into Monday morning, when the front comes in, and some rain will be briefly possible. It should be in and out pretty quick, so the rain will likely be in and out pretty quick as well. Today, tomorrow, we're in the 50s during the day. We get down to the 30s at night. Most of us, at least closer to the center of Houston, not seeing a light freeze. But again, the suburbs could be in light freeze territory. We warm up a little bit this weekend. Sunday, we're up to 70. Then our front comes in. There's that chance for some rain, a little bit of a cool down next week, and maybe another round of rain coming in sometime around Tuesday to Wednesday of next week. Kerrigan?
Vehicle along 288 Airport, our northbound facing camera from Houston TransStar is giving us a nice little view of the lack of cars surrounding this incident. It's seriously just that one heavy truck with someone else on the backside just to kind of maybe help things out. But it's a stalled vehicle. The man's getting in his front part of his truck right now. Not sure if he's ready to go. Let's just hold this camera view. Let's see if he leaves. Because if he does, then that's going to be great timing on our part. Maybe not. Either way, we're not seeing any other traffic building in around that location. Just that one truck stalled in the shoulder. Off to your drive times. Crosby Lynchburg to downtown. Quiet morning, 17 minutes. NASA Parkway to downtown, 21 minutes for you. And Highway 146 to the South Loop, 14 minutes on 225. Woodlands Parkway to downtown, 24 minutes. Barker Cypress to the West Loop, 15 minutes on 290. And 11 minutes from Broadway Street to downtown Houston. Driving in today from Pin Oak to downtown, 26 minutes. Townsend to downtown, 17 minutes. And 18 minutes from Williams Trace Boulevard to downtown Houston.
I'm a little late to someone in Katy. That's because one person is the newest $2 million Powerball winner. That's right, the state's newest millionaire bought their quick pick ticket in Katy. Last night's drawing was a whopping about over $700 million, but no one won that big ticket. But someone in Katy won $2 million because they played the Powerball and the Power Play. The winner bought their TimeWise ticket at the TimeWise food store located off of Katy Freeway and 99. Now go check your tickets, everyone. You won't want to accidentally throw away a $2 million ticket because your family won't talk to you ever again. I'm just kidding. I hope they will. We're CW39 Houston. No wait weather and traffic.
Settle in for the best laughs on TV.
I can get used to this.
Weeknights at 10 and 10:30 on CW39 Houston.
Mattress Mac here for Gallery Furniture, my friends at Nascola Casino. Gallery Furniture and Nascola Casino are giving away a house full of beautiful furniture and a grand prize of $25,000 in cash.
It's the third annual Holiday Home Jackpot with $70,000 in furniture cash and prizes from Gallery Furniture and Nascola Casino with a $25,000 grand prize.
I'll see you on December 30th at Nascola Casino in Livingston, the luckiest spot in Texas.
The love that goes into a Subaru comes out when Subaru and our retailers share the love. 116,000 animals supported. 3,300 wishes granted. 4.3 million meals provided. And over 400 national parks protected. Be a part of something bigger. Get a new Subaru during the Share the Love event, and Subaru and our retailers will donate $300 to charity.
We keep this love in a photograph. We make these memories for ourselves, where our eyes are never closing, our hearts are never broken, and time's forever frozen still. So you can keep me inside the pocket of your ripped.
It's the Planet Fitness You Can Still Join a Gym in 2023 sale. Now through December 29th, join for just $1 down, $10 a month, and you can still do that thing you said you'd do 11 and a half months ago. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. It's not too late. This can still be your year. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and pay nothing until January 17th. Hurry. Deal ends Friday, December 29th.
Loving this pay bump in our allowance.
Wonder where Mom and Dad got the extra money.
Maybe they won the lottery.
Maybe they inherited a fortune.
Maybe buried treasure.
Maybe it fell off a truck.
Maybe it's because they switched to Xfinity. Now get a free line of mobile when you get Xfinity Internet for $55 a month for 2 years.
Now I can buy that electric scooter.
I'm starting a private equity fund that specializes in mid-cap.
You do you.
Switch to Xfinity Mobile today.
wishing you and yours hope, peace, and joy. Happy holidays from all of us at the CW.
All right, well, tensions are rising between the U.S. and Iran. U.S. defense officials say American ships actually shot down more than a dozen drones and missiles in the Red Sea Tuesday. This is all following a drone attack on a U.S. air base in Iraq Christmas Day. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Trevor Shirley has more.
That follows retaliatory strikes by U.S. forces against Iranian-backed terrorist groups in Iraq earlier this week. The back-and-forth strikes undercut efforts by the U.S. and others to keep the Israel-Hamas war from spilling into a wider regional conflict. For weeks, Iranian-backed militia groups in Yemen and elsewhere have launched drone attacks against shipping freighters in the Red Sea, many of which were intercepted by U.S. missiles. On Christmas Day, U.S. forces in Iraq were injured in a drone attack linked directly to Iran. Officials say 3 service members there were hurt. The U.S. responded by striking multiple Iranian-backed targets in Iraq. U.S. officials say those strikes killed at least 1 militant and injured 18 others, but also sparked anti-U.S. protests in Iraq. NSA spokeswoman Adrienne Watson said in a statement in part, quote, "The president ordered strikes in 3 separate areas." Beyond that, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said in a statement the U.S. won't hesitate to, quote, "take necessary action to defend the United States, our troops, and our interests." In the meantime, Washington officials continue to meet with Israeli leaders and allies to keep the conflict in Israel from spreading. Today, the president heads to the U.S. Virgin Islands to celebrate New Year's. In the meantime, the White House says he'll continue efforts to keep the Israel-Hamas war from spreading across the region. Reporting in Washington, I'm Trevor Shirley.
All right, clear skies, but cool temperatures as we start the day. 42 right now at the Bush Airport. Earlier we had a wind chill, a little lower, but it feels like the actual temperature right now with a really light wind. But the wind direction here is key. It's coming in from the northwest today, which is pushing in cooler and drier air. And that means today will be cooler than yesterday by about 10 degrees. Instead of 60s, we're only going to top out in the mid-50s today. And there's a broad, cool, but not super cold air mass over a large part of the nation. A lot of blue on the map right here. Normally this time of year, we start to see those really cold temperatures creep into at least the far northern U.S., but that's not the case for now and probably won't be for at least the next 7 to 10 days as far as we can tell. But we do have this low spinning here in the Midwest, which is drawing in some of the normal cold air. Again, not the real cold air, but just cool temperatures being pushed down into Texas around the back end of this low. But as I run you forward for several days, watch the time here, the day anyways, into next week, you'll see finally some of those purple colors up farther north into Canada. That's that really cold Arctic air, but that is a long way off, not even reaching the U.S.-Canada border, and there's nothing to really push it down towards the U.S. anytime soon. So that's why we're staying away from really cold temperatures for the foreseeable future. Now, it's going to be chilly by our standards the next few mornings. Those lows will be down in the 30s with a light freeze probably in some suburbs or rural areas. Daytime temperatures also for us on the cool side in the 50s for a couple days in a row. We warm up a little bit this weekend, 60s on Saturday, 70 on Sunday. We're dry through that time frame, but it's Sunday night, New Year's Eve night, when a front is expected to arrive. And whenever it gets here, there's probably going to be some scattered rain coming through. That front will pass. We're back to some cooler temperatures next week, highs in the 50s. I think there's another round of rain coming in sometime maybe Tuesday to Wednesday of next week. And then at the end of next week, if you want to look even farther ahead, there might once again be a chance for some rain right at the end there Friday to Saturday. But that's several days off. And of course, the timing can change between now and then. Sharon?
All right, thank you so much, Adam. Appreciate it. Well, are you afraid of flying? Have no fear. McKay Beeler is here to explain more about this phobia.
Are you a white-knuckled flyer? Does the thought of even boarding a plane make your palms sweat and your heart pound? Are you a member of the Mile High Nail Biters Club? Have no fear. Captain Ron is here.
The main thing that causes people to have fear of flying are twofold, really. One is crashing and dying, which seems obvious, but an even bigger problem is the fact that they feel trapped inside the airplane and they can't get out. 1 in 3 Americans reports being afraid or anxious of flying.
There's a sense of fear that comes over you that something may happen, even though you know nothing's going to happen. As long as the engines are on, you're okay.
What gives me sweaty palms about the flight, I definitely would think would be the takeoff and the landing.
If you experience a pounding heart, are nervous, restless, sweaty, and find it difficult to breathe at the airport, you may be a fearful flyer. Ron Nielsen is the founder of Fearless Flight. An internationally recognized fear of flying expert, Nielsen is an Air Force Academy graduate with 20,000 hours of military and commercial airline flying under his belt. This extensive experience aloft has exposed him to many nervous flyers. Helping soothe their nerves has become his passion project.
It's really an anxiety disorder. It has nothing to do with the airplane. We have a slogan that says, the pain in your brain is not from the plane. It's about the story that you're telling yourself.
The captain says the underlying cause of this all-too-common fear is
the feeling of not being in control.
The fear of flying, or aviophobia, adversely affects millions of people, limiting their careers and personal lives.
The way people overcome it is by being perseverant and patient with themselves. I have a threefold process I call my Fearless Flight method, and that is to 1, to educate yourself, 2, learn how to disrupt or distract your thinking because that's what's causing the problem, and 3 is join a community of other people who are afraid to fly.
According to FlightFright.com, 2022 flying statistics report 40% of all people experience some form of anxiety when it comes to flying.
Something I can't really control, you know, it's I just trust that the pilot will do what they need to do.
Captain Ron conducts online and in-person classes, along with one-on-one guidance to help those white-knuckle flyers cope.
Any anxiety disorder is caused by what you think. Life isn't about what happens to us, it's about what you think about what happened to you.
Commercial airline incidents cause death in only once in 20 million flights. The last fatal U.S. airline crash was in 2009. Flight Fright stats say there was a 1 in a 3.37 billion chance of dying in a commercial plane crash in 2016. Since then, safety has improved significantly.
The next time you come to the airport, remember, you've survived the biggest risk that you'll have, and that was driving to the airport.
All right, if you have a sense of adventure, a really fun way to help tame your fear of flying, to help feel more in control, just go to one of the local flight schools here in the Charlotte area and take a flight lesson.
Get the last laugh with 2.5 Men.
What is it you wanted to tell me?
And Mom.
This is how Grandma made money in the 80s.
Weeknights starting at 10 on CW 39 Houston. Every child deserves a healthy start in life. At MyCHN, we provide total care for your little ones, from preventive checkups to specialized treatments. Our care team is here for your child's well-being.
During the Rooms to Go New Year's mattress sale, don't miss this special bonus buy. Get this therapeutic mattress any size and get a second mattress free. Here's how it works. Buy a king size, get another king or smaller size free. Buy a queen, get another queen or smaller free. Buy a full or twin size, get the second one free. Plus, get other great mattress buys store-wide, including top brands like Sealy, Serta, Beauty Rest, and more. Now at the Rooms to Go New Year's mattress sale.
When the hands that do the fixing need fixing. When the hands that do the caring need caring. That's a job for O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream and guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
If you've been injured and people are telling you to get a lawyer, here's what you should do. Listen. Friends, family, coworkers, your doctor, they don't want you to be taken advantage of, and they're giving you good advice. So take it and call Terry Bryant. They've seen what can happen to good people after a serious injury, and they'll work hard so it doesn't happen to you. After an accident, go with the one you know. You deserve justice. You deserve Terry Bryant. Call 713-973-8888.
Hurry in, America. It's time to visit your Ford dealer for the final days of the Make the Holidays Bright sales event.
Choose from a large inventory of Ford vehicles equipped with technology and flexibility for any season. It's your last chance to get special offers on our great selection of Ford vehicles. Only during the final days of the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Lease Escape or Bronco Sport for $325 a month, or choose one 9 for $60 plus $2,000 cash plus no payments for 90 days. Visit your best in Texas Ford dealer.
Your child's mental health is just as important as their physical well-being. From anxiety to behavioral issues, we offer a safe space for children to thrive. Call or log on today. This portion of No Wait Weather and Traffic is brought to you by Level Pro Foundation Repair.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Well, truckers say it's becoming more and more challenging to haul their goods up and down the nation's highways. And many are saying there's no place to park for them for their mandatory rest shifts. As Stephen Cohen reports, driver frustration is now reaching a boiling point.
For so many of these truck drivers, finding a place to rest, which is required and expensive, is becoming more of a challenge.
You have to either pay for parking, which that, it's money out of our pocket. You pay $20 a night for parking, multiply that by 6 or 7 days.
I was hit by a reckless driver. My insurance company blamed me for the crash and offered me nothing. Unbelievable. They just needed a big push so that I could win. Push win got me $50,000.
Let us handle the insurance company for you.
We push, you win.
This may look like a holiday shopping showdown, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Good thing my Rogue has intelligent all-wheel drive.
So does my Altima.
Now get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months or save up to $2,500 on Rogue. Better hurry. These offers won't be back in stock.
During the Rooms to Go New Year's mattress sale, don't miss this special bonus buy. Get this Therapeutic mattress any size and get a second mattress free. Here's how it works. Buy a king size, get another king or smaller size free. Buy a queen, get another queen or smaller free. Buy a fuller twin size, get the second one free. Plus, get other great mattress buys store-wide, including top brands like Sealy, Serta, Beauty Rest, and more. Now at the Rooms to Go New Year's mattress sale.
Those beans had sprouted overnight into something spectacular.
Tis the season to work your magic.
Get special offers on the 2024 ES250 all-wheel drive.
Hi, I'm Lee Trevino. Most people know me for winning 6 PGA championships. With my bum knee, I started thinking I was going to have to trade my club in for a cane. Then I discovered Arthritis Knee Pain Centers.
Arthritis Knee Pain Centers has cutting-edge image-guided treatments that place a natural lubricating gel directly into your affected joints. This FDA-approved, non-surgical procedure replenishes the missing cushioning fluid to provide you with pain relief, comfort, and improved mobility without surgery or downtime. It's covered by Medicare and most private insurance. We've helped relieve the pain for thousands of our patients.
Arthritis Knee Pain Centers relieve my pain and change my life. They got me back in the game again, baby. Call them now and schedule your free knee pain assessment. Get the pain relief you deserve today.
With 4 locations in Houston, call 800-925-6863. That's 800-925-6863.
After my car got hit by another driver, my insurance company only offered me $500. They needed a big push. Push win got me $30,000, 60 times more.
Let us handle the insurance company for you.
We push, you win.
All right, everyone, it is now 8:29, and we've got lots to talk about in weather and traffic. Hopefully, it's all good things to talk about, because we've had some ups and downs, hit or misses on a Thursday, but getting close to the weekend. So bring us some good news, at least Kerrigan, in traffic first.
Yep, good news on my end. It's quiet morning out there. The weather's nice. Our roadways are looking nice. All of our drive times are still in the green, so no major holdups to add to your watch this morning.
I like that, and I also like when we have good news in our weather as well. It's a little chilly, but you know, it's December. I kind of like it because it really feels like the season.
Yeah, and you know, January is not far off. That kind of sounds wild to say, but yeah, we should be seeing some cool temperatures this time of year, and we had that this morning. Some areas are still barely holding on to the 30s. We'll get up into the 50s, though, by the afternoon. And the sunshine will be with us all day long, so it's going to be a nice looking day. You just need to dress appropriately, long sleeves, sweater, jacket, something like that. There's a look at our temperature trend as we continue through the day. We'll top out in the mid-50s. That'll be 10 degrees cooler than yesterday. Coming up, we've got a few more of these cool days and cold nights. In fact, in some areas, mainly in the suburbs, a light freeze will be possible for one night, maybe 2 nights ahead. So we've got the cold, and then we've got a possible round of rain coming in on New Year's Eve night. We'll look at that forecast in more detail in a few minutes.
And our camera view just zoomed in. Seems like we have another stalled truck on 288. This is just happenstance, because this was not the same stalled truck that was on this camera view about 10 minutes ago. So this just must be a bad part of town. Don't recommend driving here. Going now into a few of our drive times. If we are heading on in from Pinot to downtown, 26 minutes. Townsend to downtown, 17 minutes, and 17 minutes from Williams Trace Boulevard to downtown Houston.
All right, we are just weeks away from the first presidential primary contest, and former President Donald Trump is still dominating the Republican field. As his legal challenges continue to present some problems, the other candidates are fighting to gain ground. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Hannah Brand breaks down the state of this race.
The countdown to Iowa caucuses is on, with less than 3 weeks until Republican candidates face that first contest.
We're going to win the Iowa caucuses, and then we're going to crush crooked Joe Biden next November.
Politics professor Todd Belt says Iowa will reveal how dominant former President Trump is.
Donald Trump is far and away the leader here, and anything less than a 50% showing could show some cracks in his lead.
Trump also faces legal challenges. The Michigan Supreme Court just ruled he could stay on the ballot, but the Colorado Supreme Court recently decided to kick him off. The U.S. Supreme Court will likely take up the case soon, and Belt expects they'll rule in favor of Trump.
The court is very loath to try to involve itself in political processes as they are working themselves through.
With Trump far ahead in the polls, his Republican rivals are desperately trying to gain ground.
Ron DeSantis' campaign has been in a real state of flux.
Vivek Ramaswamy just canceled all of his TV ads, leading to questions about his campaign's future.
It could mean that he's just losing steam and doesn't want to put the money into it again.
But Belt sees former Governor Nikki Haley as the one to watch, arguing she has a real chance in the primaries.
If she can make the case that, number one, she's the real alternative to Donald Trump, and number two, she might be more electable than Donald Trump.
And that's exactly what she's telling voters.
I'm in every one of those general election polls, and I defeat Biden by double digits.
In Washington, I'm Hannah Brandt.
All right, have a look at that sunrise this morning. This is our time-lapse camera, which is on top of the Wells Fargo Plaza building. And as we typically see on the cold mornings, especially in the winter, you kind of get that water vapor coming off of the heating system there on top of the roof. But nonetheless, we've got clear skies, just a little bit of that steam or water vapor there in the foreground. Beautiful day, cold temperatures, though, this morning. You can see the numbers right now in the 30s. No one in this view is at freezing, but it's not too far from it. For example, it's 35 right there in Missouri City, right behind the banner there. And then 35 in Dayton, 36 in the Woodlands, and also some spots closer to the center of town in the low 40s. So a little bit of a mix with the temperatures. Down to the coast, it's a little milder, 48 there. And then Conroe, we continue to see that being the coldest spot on the map here, at least in our particular view. Conroe's not far from freezing right now. And when I say freezing, I'm talking about a light freeze, nothing major. Now, our temperatures today, even though we've got the sun, it's going to be cooler than yesterday because of a cold front that blew through yesterday. So it's highs in the 50s. That's about 10 degrees colder than we had yesterday. yesterday, so sweaters probably needed all day long. And then tonight into tomorrow morning, we may see some spots getting into light freeze territory. And when we say light freeze, we're talking about a brief time. So not, 6, 7, 8 hours, anything like that, but maybe an hour or two where temperatures barely get down to freezing. Pipes, for the most part, are fine in a situation like this. In the city, maybe a low around 35, which will be above freezing. But again, the suburbs, the rural areas, a little farther away from the center of Houston, those will be the coldest spots tomorrow morning in the low 30s. The colder air is coming around the back end of this low that's spinning here in the Midwest, so that's delivering the cool, dry pattern we're going to see for a couple of days. This low will actually start moving away by the weekend, which allows us to warm up, but then also our next front is in sight, and it's coming in here Sunday night. That happens to be New Year's Eve night, and a lot of times I wouldn't make that big of a deal of some possible rain around midnight, but this is a different midnight on New Year's Eve night. A lot more people will be probably interested in what the weather might be doing at that time. So some rain could come through around that time, or maybe a little bit after midnight on Sunday night as that front passes through. And even that rain is not guaranteed, if it forms, not guaranteed to land on you. It's going to be scattered, not really widespread. That's why it's a 40% chance there for Sunday night. Now, the temperatures this weekend, by the way, those will be warming up. We're going to be up to 70, we think, on New Year's Eve. Front passes, and then we start cooling down next week. And after that, a little possible rain on Sunday night. The next chance will show up Tuesday into Wednesday of next week.
All right, now to Washington. Officials estimate they are now receiving as many as 10,000 migrants a day at the U.S. southern border. And members of the Biden administration traveled to Mexico yesterday to try to work out a solution. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Jesse Chenor is all over this and joins us now live with the latest on those developments. Good morning again, Jesse.
Good morning to you as well, Sharon. So both countries are really kind of acknowledging the fact that a lot of their demands will have to depend on Congress.
As thousands of migrants arrive at the U.S. southern border every day, Secretary of State Antony Blinken and DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas met with Mexico's president in his country Wednesday to try to slow the surge.
Justice sometimes takes time.
Mexico indicated it's willing to help stop the influx, but wants to see progress in U.S. relations with Cuba and Venezuela, two of the top sources of migrants, along with more development aid for the region.
We expect the surge to intensify in the coming days and weeks.
Back in the U.S., New York City Mayor Eric Adams issued an executive order to restrict the flow of migrant charter buses sent by Texas Governor Greg Abbott.
We cannot allow buses with people needing our help to arrive without warning at any hour of day and night.
Adams, along with the mayors of Chicago and Denver, are pressing the White House and Congress for more aid as their cities grapple with how to house, feed, and educate tens of thousands of migrants.
We cannot do this alone. We need more support from the federal government.
And House Republicans are planning a large trip to the border next week. Live in Washington, I'm Jesse Chenor.
And Jesse, before you go, where does Congress stand on its border security debate at this point?
Yeah, Sharon, so some of the key negotiators are still having discussions, even though lawmakers are on their holiday break. But there are a lot of those that remain skeptical, including Mayor Adams, that there's actually going to be a real plan that'll surface here soon. He's, of course, wanting to see more aid, that more money to cities dealing with influxes like his, but also actual security measures at the border. And so it'll kind of be interesting to see what, if anything, lawmakers have been able to come up with when they come back here next year.
And the country is watching. Jesse Chenor reporting live for us from Washington, D.C. Thank you so much for the great job, as always. Back here at home, let's talk.
Along 288 this morning at airport, we do still have that stalled vehicle sitting off in your shoulder, not really causing for much of an issue out in our roadways. Cars are still getting around the incident just fine. We have rather clear conditions on the road and in the sky, so a nice day as you're leaving the house. Going into a few of those drive times for us this morning, heading on in from Woodlands Parkway to downtown Houston, 24 minutes. Barker Cypress to the West Loop, 15 minutes along 290, and 11 minutes from Broadway Street to downtown. Traveling in today from Pin Oak to downtown Houston, you're at 26 minutes. Townsend to downtown, 17 minutes, and Williams Trace Boulevard to downtown, 18 minutes for your drive-in. Now let's go ahead and send that live through our Sky Tracker network to the cruise camera off in Galveston. You're watching to W39 Houston. No wait, weather and traffic.
Yes, this is the losing side. Why are you laughing so much? I don't know.
I was hit by another driver. My insurance company only offered me $5,000. I knew immediately they needed a push. Push Win got me $180,000.
Let us handle the insurance company for you.
We push, you win.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra. Available with the connected driving experience. And the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or just in time for the holidays, get $4,500 purchase cash on select 2023 Sierra models. We are professional grade GMC.
Is it finally time to replace that banged up floor with a durable and beautiful laminate floor? Well, we've got you covered. At National Floors Direct, you can get an entire room of laminate flooring installed the next day for just $555. Just $555. These laminate floors from world-famous Mohawk can take a beating and still look great. Call 888-400-FLOOR. Get your laminate floor installed the next day, no hidden extras, and no interest for 1 year. Call 888-400-FLOOR. We'll bring the store to your door.
Kroger gives you so many ways to save. On top of our lower than low prices. Enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Plus, our weekly sales will keep your budget merry and bright. So get rewarded and save. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Ram makes trucks for everyone. Like those with holiday spirit. And those with not so much. We make trucks for good Samaritans, good neighbors, and even people covered in tree sap. Whatever life you live this holiday, Ram has a truck for you.
Right now, get 10% below MSRP for an average of $6,007 under MSRP, plus no monthly payments for 90 days on virtually all 2023 Ram 1500 trucks.
After my car was rear-ended, my insurance company offered me only $2,000. Seriously? They clearly needed a big push. I deserved to win. Push Win got me $300,000.
Let us handle the insurance company for you.
We push, you win.
Welcome back, everyone, from the biggest trial of the year in South Carolina to new accusations in one of the Midwest's most shocking murder cases. A lot happened in the world of true crime this year. Our News Nation was there for every single part of it. Here's senior national correspondent Brian Ensign.
Alec, is there anything you want to say to your surviving family members? Do you plan to appeal, Alec?
It is the 2022 verdict that sent shockwaves through South Carolina after the trial of the century. Once Low Country royalty, attorney Alec Murdaugh convicted of killing his wife and son.
Guilty verdict, signed by the forelady, 3-2-23.
It took the jury in Colleton County, South Carolina, just 3 hours to deliberate and come to a verdict in the case. Even the judge seemed to take it personally.
In the murder of your wife, Maggie Murdaugh, I sentence you for a term of the rest of your natural life. For the murder of Paul Murdaugh, whom you probably love so much, I sentence you to prison for murdering him for the rest of your natural life.
The Murdaugh drama is far from over. His attorneys are now asking for a new trial, accusing the clerk of tampering with the jury. That fight is expected to ramp up in 2024. Another defendant becoming a household name is Bryan Kohberger, charged with murdering 4 University of Idaho students. Madison Mogen, Kaylee Gonzalez, Xander Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin were all found brutally stabbed to death in their off-campus apartment. Kohberger was arrested in Pennsylvania at his parents' house and flown back to Idaho to face the murder charges. He waived his right to a speedy trial, and the legal process has moved painfully slow for the victims' families, with no exact time frame for a trial at this point.
I don't want to hear that. Like, I want to see this guy die. Like, I don't want him breathing any longer. They say, oh, he's living in hell already. No, he's not. Not the hell that I think of. The hell that I think of is terrifying, agonizing torture, day in and day out.
You are sentenced to the custody
of the State Board of Corrections to serve the maximum allowed sentence of fixed determinate term of life imprisonment with no possibility of parole.
Doomsday mom Lori Vallow, convicted of murdering her children, JJ and Tylee, and conspiring to kill her husband's previous wife, Tammy. The July 2023 verdict coming after an agonizing trial. Prosecutors said Vallow joined a religious cult and believed her children were evil. They were found burned, mutilated, dismembered, and buried like animals.
How does someone who you knew as a very nice person go from that to being able to, or being accused of killing her children?
I think you have to really understand them as a people and their belief system. They don't see the zombies as people. They see them the way someone would see a cockroach being controlled by a parasite. Killing the kids to them is mercy. And as disturbing as that is, and as hard as it is to wrap your mind around it, that's why someone who spent all these years being kind and loving could then do that.
The disturbing saga still very much ongoing. Vallow will face conspiracy charges to commit murder in 2 other cases in Arizona in 2024, and her husband, Chad Daybell's murder trial in Idaho is set for April. Other big 2023 crime stories will follow closely into the new year include the Delphi murders, a case that's seen its fair share of disruption since 2017, when Abigail Williams and Liberty Germain were found dead. Suspect Richard Allen's lawyers withdrew from the case after confidential photographs from the crime scene were leaked. The case could go to trial in 2024. And Brian Walsh's case also continues to weave its way through the court process. Walsh is accused of killing his wife, Anna, who was last seen alive on January 1st. Prosecutors say Walsh searched on the internet the best ways to dispose of a body. He'll be back in court in January, one of the many crime stories we'll continue to dig into in the new year. I'm Brian Entin, News Nation.
All right, we're going to start with a look across the nation at temperatures. Considering the fact that it's almost January, some of these northern parts of the nation, not bad at all. They're warmer than normal, even though, yes, there's some cold air. But you'll notice a lack of extremely cold air or Arctic air, and nothing like that's coming down towards us anytime soon. Now, we do have some cold nights ahead. We actually may see a light freeze in parts of our area tonight and again the following night, but that's about as cold as it's going to get. We've got this low spinning right here in the Midwest. Coming around the back end of that is some of that colder air up north. Just inherently this time of year, the farther north you go, it's colder. But again, it's not grabbing hold of any Arctic air. We don't see that really showing up anytime soon. Our future pattern going into next week. Watch the day here going into Wednesday. See some of these purple colors back here. We finally then start to see the presence of some Arctic air, at least in view right here. But still, here's the U.S.-Canada border, and it's well north of there. And there's nothing really to bring that down anywhere near us for the foreseeable future. So that's kind of a long way of saying no really cold air is coming anytime soon. But we do have some cooler air that's arrived today, and that's going to push us down to the 50s instead of the 60s like we saw yesterday. Next few nights then, close to freezing in the city, probably not reaching it officially in Houston, but the suburbs and some of those rural areas farther away from the city, light freeze is possible, maybe low 30s, 30 to 32, that range. The following night then, we're down to the 30s again. We warm up this weekend. Sunday, we're up to 70 degrees, last day of the year. Then our next cold front gets here Sunday night. That's New Year's Eve night. And as it passes, there may be some scattered rain we have to deal with. Hard to really tell right now if it's happening right around midnight or maybe later in the night into Monday morning. But that's just the general window to watch out for some rain. It will be a cooler pattern next week. Again, not getting down to freezing, but notice we've got those highs down to the 50s for a few more days. Maybe some rain middle of next week, maybe some rain towards the end of next week. Now we've got a special guest here helping Kerrigan with a little more information on the weather.
In a very special edition of KidCast Thursday, we have a live KidCaster in the studio with me today. So go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone at home. Say your name and how old you are.
My name is Parker and I am 7 years old.
7 years old. Oh my gosh. Do you like looking at the weather on a day-to-day basis? You like looking at the sky?
But I like traffic more.
Traffic? What? What? I think that's the first time I've heard that, but you're going to help me with the weather instead of traffic today. I think that's going to be a little easier because today's forecast is really nice. Do you want to turn behind you and give today's forecast for Houston?
Today is sunny and 56 degrees.
And what else?
And when it's sunny, you need to have sunglasses, and when it's cool, you need to wear a jacket.
That is amazing information. Did you have your jacket coming into the studio this morning?
I took it off.
Yeah, it's a little warmer in here, but that was such a good explanation of today's weather. Are you excited for the new year?
Yes.
Do you want warm weather or cold weather for the new year?
Cold weather, so I can go skiing.
Okay, she's got her priorities in order. Well, thank you so much. And again, you did such a great job for this KidCast Thursday forecast. You want to send it over to Sharon now with me? Say, Sharon, over to you.
Sharon, over to you.
Thank you so much, Parker. Great job. Another KidCaster ruling the world. I love it. Well, we're bringing you a special treat for all of you 90s nostalgic fans out there. We're talking about, of course, Kel Mitchell, the star of the iconic comedy Good Burger, joins Brad Gilmore in the spotlight to dish out all the delicious details about the much anticipated sequel, Good Burger 2.
One of the most iconic comedy duos of the 1990s was a duo on the Nickelodeon channel, and they were named Kenan and Kel. All these years later, they came back together for a little movie called Good Burger 2, and we speak exclusively with Kel Mitchell, one of the stars, as we put him in the spotlight.
And then you fast forward, I just got to watch Good Burger 2, I think maybe a week ago, whenever it came out on Paramount Plus. And look, sequels, especially sequels that come out decades later, you never know how people are going to receive them. And really, for people like me who hold that first one so near and dear to our heart, you know, there's a lot of expectations for us. And I'm not just saying this, but y'all lived up and surpassed them. I laughed so much throughout the whole thing. Was that surreal, though? You know, putting yourself back and being Ed again and singing the song and doing the dance?
Yeah, you know, I crack up laughing because Ed is like, he's with me, man. He's like a part of me, you know what I mean? And so I even have a costume. I'm in my office right now, a costume in the closet right there. And, but yeah, man, when you put that wig on, it's like riding a bike, man. As soon as I put that wig on, it's like Peter Parker when he puts the Spider-Man suit on. It's like, I'm ready, you know? And I'm like, well, dude, let's do this. And it was great. I mean, like, I think the surreal moment was walking through the restaurant. You know, shout out to our amazing team. Like, they did an amazing job. But walking through there and seeing the Ed Sauce banner and seeing all those things and just thinking about the years of it all, it's just great, man. It's really great.
We want to thank Kel Mitchell for joining us on this edition of the CW39 Spotlight. Make sure you stay up to date on all the incredible things that he's doing. Make sure you check out Good Burger 2. It's a sequel worth watching. Take it from me. I already saw it, and I loved it. But if you want to see more segments like this, go over to CW39.com. But until next time, I'm Brad Gilmore, CW39 Houston.
Thanks, Brad. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside. It's the Houston Galleria area. We're CW39 Houston. No wait weather and traffic.
After a car accident, if you've received a quick offer from the insurance company, don't be relieved. Be suspicious. You can bet it's not enough, probably not even close. If you've been injured, don't let the insurance company stuff their pockets by taking money out of yours. Call Terry Bryant, the Houston law firm you've trusted for years. You deserve justice. You deserve Terry Bryant. Call 713-973-8888. 713-973-8888.
That's a pretty tight spot.
Watch this.
Your Buick parks itself. That's so you.
Of course you know where we're going. That's so you.
I got a sixth sense.
And a head-up display.
They're here.
At the heart of every Buick SUV is you.
Discover the joy this holiday season and get 1.9% APR. Plus, current eligible non-GM owners get up to $1,250 purchase allowance on 2023 Buick SUV models. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days.
Starting Friday for 4 days only, Friday through Monday. Find valuable Rooms to Go New Year's sale bonus coupons in your newspaper, online, or on your Rooms to Go app. That's 4 days of extra savings. 4 days to use your valuable Rooms to Go coupons to save big money on great-looking furniture. Plus, to make buying even easier, finance interest-free until January 2028. Starting Friday, you only have 4 days to save even more with bonus coupon savings at Rooms to Go.
Discover adventure on a deeper level. The 2024 Subaru Forester Wilderness. Shore-footed symmetrical all-wheel drive. Paired with Yokohama Geolandar all-terrain tires. Plus 9.2 inches of ground clearance. It's time to follow your own path to adventure. The 2024 Subaru Forester Wilderness.
Get a new Subaru during the 2023 Subaru Share the Love event and maintain the love with 2 years of complimentary maintenance.
This is an incredible story. A 17-year-old is making history. An Oregon native American teenager is working on becoming the first certified female professional bull rider. Although she can't qualify until she's 18, actually her name is Najaya. She's putting in the effort now to achieve her dreams. This young athlete traveling all across the country for bull riding competitions and sponsorship appearances and juggling homework and volleyball practice too. She's even spreading the message for other young women out there about going for their big dreams. Now, of course, we're going to have more on her in a second. You can go to our website for that. And if you're afraid of flying, this may help too. Passengers at Portland International Airport received a big surprise as they traveled through the holidays. Therapy llamas. That's right. Benny and Crown Prince were seen greeting travelers, relieving some of the travel stress. There they are, walking through the airport, and they received lots of hugs and some pictures, taking selfies. The llama's like, yeah, I know I'm cute. You want to take a picture? Sure. People were like, what in the world? No, it's not a costume. It's a real llama. So, if you were in the airport, saw a llama coming up to you, how would you, yes.
Llama, red pajama?
Yes.
I think that was a llama in a red pajama.
Yes, it was.
Have you ever heard
Like
the rap version of that?
No.
There's a book though, right? Or no?
Yeah. What is llama, red pajama?
Okay, we're keeping our day jobs for that one.
They turned it into a rap.
Oh, okay, well, I'll have to check it out.
Who is reading it? It's not Snoop reading it.
I
don't
know. It may be.
It is. Snoop Dogg's reading Llama, Red Pajama. It's a children's book turned into a rap.
Okay. All right, I'm going to check it out. I'll go on TikTok. It's probably there.
Highly recommend.
Okay, so check out the Llama with the red pajama, the TikTok version with Snoop Dogg. Just saying. What do you think?
I would feel more anxious running into a llama at the airport than if it wasn't there at all. Like, that would just raise my
anxiety?
Yeah. I don't trust those. Don't they spit?
They spit, they poop, they do all sorts of things. That's a llama for you. Check out our website, CW39.com, for more llama action just for you. And we'll be right back. Stay with us.